Hi Janice, welcome to the National Critics' Choice. Please tell us more about your latest book, The Dim Sum.
Yes, so it was just released today on the 14th of November. Very excited. It's a 180-page dim sum book with 92 recipes, retailing for $40 per book. And it's been really an amazing journey. I mean, 4 years ago I had this idea of doing a dim sum book. The reason is because I'm Chinese and I don't know anything about my heritage. So I wanted to really go back and think about, what is Asian cuisine? What is dim sum? And I think that really drove me to coming out with something like that and finding the right partner. The right partner was very important. It was not easy to find a partner like Selma, because he was sharing all his philosophies and recipes and basically his techniques as well. And it's really the marriage of contemporary with classic. And hence the book forward also says, the contemporary and the classics. And I think the idea was, to share with people what is inside dim sum. What is inside these dumplings, these buns, what type of flour as well. Basically, dim sum is a small little one bite of goodness. But there's so much techniques to it. You're looking at all different types of flour, from low to high, medium as well, gluten, wheat flour, as well as ammonia powder. You also have potato starch, glutinous rice powder. It's been an amazing journey discovering all the types of flour that makes these little dumplings so delicious. And so the book is categorized in terms of the skins, educating people with the types of flour as well. And the filling can be anything. It can be sweet or it can be savory. And I think that's the beauty of Chinese cuisine, because the line is so thin between sweet and savory. And people know me as a pastry chef, but the idea was, to kind of push the boundary. A dumpling is flour and water and sometimes some eggs, and it's no different from a pastry. If you think about it, people call dim sum savory because of the reference point of having pork in it, but in actual fact it's not. So it's a pretty interesting journey as well for us to discover this dim sum.
Now, is dim sum a Chinese culture?
Yeah, I would say it is. It's a very, very long history, and it's thousands of years ago. It started off with small little tea shops, with people working, and they needed a place to stop and rest. So there were all these little tea houses in China, and soon they had small bites on the table, small plates, and it's like your Spanish tapas. But I think in Chinese term it's called dim sum because it's diansing. It's actually with the heart as well, and small little bites with the touch of the heart. And so it has a very long history, and the idea was not to kind of temper with that, but to really focus on classical techniques, but yet still with contemporary interesting techniques as well.
Now, what's next for dim sum? Where is it going?
I did share that I was very interested to do like a modernist cuisine book of Chinese cuisine. So much science behind it, more than you can imagine, and it's just really amazing what you can see with the demonstration we did earlier with the water, cold water mixing with hot oil to trap all the oxygen bubbles and making it into a dough by putting it with the flour. And when you make the dough, you fry it again and it starts to expand, and you get these puffed up crispy balls of dumplings. And techniques like these with science, and it's really, really amazing. So maybe I'll do that.
Once again, thank you for joining us here at the National Critics' Choice. And folks, please get hold of Janice's new book, The Dim Sum, now available at all leading good bookstores and also on Amazon.com. And folks, thank you once again for joining me.